If there's anyone out there, please can you give me some kind of indication in the chat? Oh my gosh! Hi! It's working! Right, so as you can see, I managed to pull together an entire streaming setup in literally a day. I've got a cold at the minute, so I took the day off, and here I am. I have literally like no game knowledge because like the whole time that I've been studying, I just haven't really been playing anything. It's been really sad. When I'm teaching my students, they'll be like, oh, how do I do this thing in this like statistical analysis software that we use? And even though I use it at least twice a week, I just entirely blank. I don't know. And it'll be like the really, really simple things as well. Like how do I swap into a different window or something like that. But I've also got the visual novel and I've never actually played it, even though oh my, no! He fell off. Yeah, I've had a few times where either I've been on a call and like I'm just running something that's using a lot of computer. That's not the right way to say it, is it? How many PhD students does it take to find all the gems in a spiral level? Apparently at least one. At some point I'm gonna have like chat come up. Here, in this general direction. Oh, that looked like I was breaking my neck. Brilliant. This is a very professional stream. Oh dear. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna hide it. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything, okay? Just got the ethical approval for my research today. So for anybody that doesn't know, if you're working on a research project that involves people, actually or animals as well, but especially people, you have to get approval from a whole bunch of professors that says that you're allowed to do the research, because you're not allowed to do any kind of research that has the potential to hurt people. So that could be hurting them physically, or it could be hurting them mentally, like anything that there's a chance that it could mess them up. You can't do it unless you get permission. And they're very, very strict about what we're allowed to do. And my research is something that can be a little bit sensitive, so I have to get everything checked and then triple checked, and I have to submit a really, really long document in order to be able to do anything, which is fun. But I managed to get it all approved. Sounds exciting. It genuinely is. Like, I did a little bit of a dance, like, when it came through. I was so happy. Psychology seems like such a gamble. Yeah, to be honest, it kind of is. It depends on the kind of psychology you're doing, because it's a really broad subject. So there's some bits, like certain areas of mental health that are really, really well funded. Unfortunately, my specific niche is very new. So there is some funding for it, but it's pretty difficult to get, and you need funding in order to, like, as in money, to be able to pay people to take part, because why would people take part just for fun? Like, that's not normal. So yeah, a lot of our research is basically roping in undergraduate students at universities to come and do our studies. And we definitely don't force them to, but they do have to do it for credit. But they can opt out, but they kind of have to. You have to pay people to take part. We don't have to, but it's very difficult to get them to take part if we don't. But you know, people like having some kind of gain from what they're doing, because sometimes you have to sit there and take questionnaires or just repetitively press a button or something for like an hour, 2 hours. Someone I know is currently running a study, which is like a brain scanning study, and the people that are taking part have to sit in a room and do a whole bunch of really boring repetitive tasks, and then they also have to have this like cap put on their head, and it involves like having to wash your hair before and after, and you have to do it in this tiny little sink, and overall it takes about 2.5 hours per session, and there's 2 sessions in each experiment. So yeah, 5 hours in total, 5 hours of people's time. And it's unpleasant time because you have to do boring, repetitive stuff and sit there with a strange hat on and then wash your hair afterwards. It seems pretty sci-fi. It really does, doesn't it? When I'm describing it, it's so funny because it's just like a part of my day-to-day life. Like I'll just walk through the lab and I'll be like, oh yeah, they've got someone in for the brain cap measuring study. Yeah, that's normal. And then it's when I tell people about it, a lot of people are like, what? We also have a lab that's got a one-way mirror, so we can see what participants are doing, but they can't see that they're being watched, which is really creepy. And I've been in there a few times for meetings, and because I know it's a one-way mirror, I always feel like there's someone watching me, even if there isn't. Like it's honestly the worst. Welcome back. For anybody who has just joined the stream, I just had to restart because I was having terrible tech issues. It was horribly embarrassing. I am meant to be a professional scientist and apparently I can't even work basic software. So there you go. If that isn't a slightly disturbing reflection on the state of modern research, then I don't know what is. This paper reports an investigation by 4 coordinated laboratories in the prospective oh no. This is the point where everybody finds out I can't actually read. My engineer brain does not compute with your fancy science. Honestly, my science brain doesn't compute with my fancy science. I don't know what's going on. You thought this was a French lesson. How dare you? Actually, how dare you? I am offended that you would even suggest that this could be a French lesson. Honestly. You know what? I think that brains, with the wrinkles, they're so ugly. I think we should just move to smooth brains. The wrinkles don't do anything anyway. I'm saying this as a psychologist. Officially, the wrinkles do nothing. They're pointless. Let's all just embrace the smooth. To be honest, I think that every stage of your learning, you're probably going to feel like a beginner to some extent. I thought I knew everything about psychology when I finished high school and I had got my little, high school qualification in psychology. And I went to university. And to be fair, the first year of my bachelor's degree was largely the same. But yeah, it turns out that when you move into your second year of your bachelor's, things get pretty intense and you learn that a lot of things you thought you knew are actually wrong. And then you go into your third year and then you start learning very specific things in very niche modules. And then you realize that all of the things that you thought from your general modules in second and first year are wrong. And then you do a master's and you're like, wow, everything I ever knew was just incorrect. And then you get to PhD. And then the thing about doing a PhD is that you know a lot of things about a very, very specific thing. So if you ask me like a kind of general psychology question, I can give you a rough answer most of the time, but really everything that I know it's not even in one specific field. It's like in one specific topic within a specific field. Like I know everything about, well, not everything, obviously. I know everything about my specific niche within my specific topic within my specific field, which happens to be in psychology. You know everything. I don't know anything. I know exactly 3 things. I know about anime. I know about a very specific topic in social psychology. And I know about... You know what? I think that might be it. Yeah, I got nothing. Right, shall we get back to the paper? Class, you're being very, very terrible at staying on topic today. I'm very disappointed. This is absolutely nothing to do with the quality of my teaching, I'll have you know. I am once again asking for your financial support. Honestly, it's actually so sad the amount of times that I have gone begging to my department, like, please, I need to run one more study, please, just give me a few £100, please, I'm begging you. Honestly, it's yeah, I'm selling my soul for this degree. Right, okay, replicability rate. So I'm already reading this and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. Should we do the results another time, chat? Should we just go down to the discussion? What do we think? What do we think? Any input, please? Don't make me do this. I don't like the numbers. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. The other study that was kind of funny, actually, with the replication crisis was there was one where they put a dead salmon, in an MRI scanner. So MRI scanners basically just like yeet loads of magnetic field at you. They yeet loads of magnetic field at you. Brilliant. You know what I mean. They use the magnetic fields to move the molecules in your body around, and then we can detect those movements and it forms an image. Roughly, that is how they work. But yeah, they put a dead fish in an MRI scanner, and they scanned it, and they ran a whole bunch of statistical analyses on the data, and they found that apparently the fish was able to perform really, really well in some kind of task, even though it was dead. So yeah, I promise the paper is actually funnier than it sounds, actually. I haven't really sold it. But yeah, dead fish paper. So I have like a massive backlog of games which I was meant to be playing for the last, well, basically like since I left high school. I kind of stopped playing games. It's kind of, I can't believe I'm about to admit this, but the only game that I played consistently while I was doing my bachelor's was Overwatch. And also like mobile games. So I played a lot of Love Live and I played a lot of Girls Frontline. But yeah, aside from that, basically, oh, and during lockdown I played a lot of Animal Crossing. But otherwise I've only started playing games recently again. So I've got a massive backlog. I think I've got about 200 games in my Steam library, and I have not played most of them. I think I've only played about 20 of them. So yeah, it was pretty intense getting through, because I worked, like I had multiple part-time jobs alongside my university studies. So I just didn't really get the time to play games. And I'm making up for it now, now that I actually have a bit of time. I don't have much time, but I do have some. I'm kind of reclaiming my time, to be honest, so that I can do fun things. Actually, I would love to do to give a bit of a talk, or like to read some papers about addiction psychology and think about that in terms of gacha games, because wow, loot boxes in general are just like spicy, like for your brain. They are like I don't want to make a drug comparison, so my brain is just instantly going to like when you have like a really hot sauce and you keep putting it on everything even though it hurts. Like it is the spicy sauce of gaming. Sometimes you don't know if you're like, you click on it and you're like, hey, this seems like an interesting science and technology stream, and then it's just like, and that's the proof that there's flat earth and that aliens built the pyramids. And you're just like, what? Where did that come from? Yeah, I can't really say like, here is my model mum, here is my model dad, because I don't have any. I am my own parents. That sounded better in my head, and then as I said it, I was like, no, that's not right. Can you not assault the droid for 5 minutes? I'm trying! He just keeps getting in the way! No. Let's not victim blame the droid. No! I'm sorry! Oh! I just pressed the wrong button. I tried to press Y and my finger goes to X instead. It's so sad. It's fine. He regenerated. He's all good. He's a droid. He can just replicate himself. I was watching a video the other day, and it was a like a tutorial on how to mass produce like psychology misinformation as YouTube shorts, basically. It was very upsetting. I wish I had some kind of psychology knowledge that would explain why everybody hates Jar Jar Binks, because I honestly do not get it. I think he's funny. Right, I'm on 1 heart, so I gotta be careful now. Oh no! Okay. Great. You do have a big brain if you're doing a PhD. I honestly don't. So this is a secret. I like scammed them into letting me in. I don't know what they were thinking. Okay, I think down here, I'm assuming I have to jump through the hole. The hole is calling me. The call of the void. Let's go outside and find a gonk droid. There's the pit droid, but that's not what I'm after. Oh, there it is! Yeah, look at me! I'm a gonk droid. Go and eat? I don't want to. I've had soup. Maybe it just hasn't like souped up my stomach yet. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. Okay, so first, journal articles. So, what is a journal article? Oh wait, I didn't put a slide about what a journal article is. How can I position myself so that I'm not in the way? Maybe if I just shrink myself down. There we go. Tiny Psydere. Yeah, the colourful hair was like the only thing I can think of to like stand out, because I am just human. I don't have cat ears. I can't just like, yeah. So yeah, we're making it out of Birmingham with this one. Oh my gosh. Birmingham. Birmingham's a place. I've been to Birmingham. And it was an experience. The only thing that I remember about it is like the entire city centre is just a shopping centre. Like it is just a mall, a shopping mall. And yeah, like it just, in order to get to the train station, you had to walk through this giant shopping centre. But the most cursed thing that I remember about it, and I don't know why this is ingrained in my memory, is that they had their Christmas decorations out, and the Christmas decoration was just a giant emoji, and it was like, it had a Christmas hat on, and it was vomiting a rainbow. And I was like, why is that a Christmas decoration? That doesn't make sense. And then I had to run for my train because I was late because I was eating pizza. So yeah, that's my whole experience of Birmingham. Helping might result from empathy and true altruistic concern for others, or it might be motivated by a desire to keep the other inferior and dependent in subtle ways. Ooh, spicy. Constellations is not a word that I've ever used in a I've never heard that in a geopolitical context. I don't know if that's the right use of it actually, but you know, it's cute. I kind of like it. Yeah, no, I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. It's like, instead of everybody fighting each other, we're all just sparkly. Kira kira. We love that. Is your blood really petrol? Americans might want to have a talk. Well, Americans would say it's gas, but then like if you've got gas in your blood, that's fatal. But then I imagine that having petrol in your blood is also probably fatal. So, yeah. British Petroleum coming for your blood. Is this gonna be the new law? Am I like an oil baron? Am I like the secretly like the daughter of like a BP executive? I'm not about that. Please don't do that. Please do not make that the law. For now, however, you will need to be content with this shack that you can call your office and the laptop that is your command center. Sounds like being a grad student. Brilliant. It's not really much different to my day-to-day life. You can't just say, I want to look a bit more arty and then add in some French to try and make yourself seem arty. That's not how it works, Amanda. That's not how it works. Oh my goodness. What in the... I don't even want to know what happened here. Like what... Do I want to know what this is? I don't think I do. I'm not doing cat ears. Yeah. No cat ears. I see you've discovered the new emote. Yeah. So, you probably have already managed to guess. But we have achieved something together. All of us. Especially you. Mostly you, to be honest. Yeah, it's affiliate. Yay! Thank you. I hate it. It's got a bit of charm to it. No, it doesn't. It's awful. Imagine if you went into someone else's chat with this. They'd be like, what is this? Okay, so there's like a whole pattern that you can trace, right? So you've got like philosophy. Ew. Boring. It involves thinking. It involves your brain having wrinkles. Can't relate. Okay. So it started off with philosophy. So it was all like Greek thinkers being like, what if people? Wild. You have a degree in philosophy? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think probably the ew should be underlined then, because you probably hate it more than I do. But yeah, my brain it's too smooth to process any philosophy, but it started off with like the ancient Greek philosophers thinking about like, what if people? And then it kind of, the turning point that kind of made philosophy of mind. Well, actually no, at this point it was just philosophy. It was just general like thinking about morality and stuff. Okay. And then at the turning point where psychology really started being a thing was when philosophy of mind branched out. Of mind? So that was like Descartes with the duality of the body and the soul originally. But then that kind of, turned into mind. And then we had, at roughly the same time, we had natural sciences, physics, biology, etc. So yeah, the natural sciences, so they're the ones where you observe the world around you. And you make, you make the observations, you record them, you work out things based on the patterns that you see. And these then came together through people taking a natural science approach to philosophy of mind and went into psychology. So yeah, that's roughly how psychology happened. That was me drinking my tea. Wait, does it actually track the face on my mug? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay. Okay, if this isn't England, I'm gonna... Surely this is England. Look at that. This is just like average English road. This could have been where I lived. Luton! Ugh! Oh, it's person Luton! Okay, another field. Good, good, good. That is a very... That looks like the type of house that I would draw when I was 10. I like it. Biedronka. This is my favourite supermarket in the whole of Europe. This is like if Lidl and Aldi had like products that were like 10 times better. Oh, it's time. It's time. So I promised everyone that if I ever hit 10 subscribers on Twitch, I would do a cover of Unknown P, Fire in the Booth, which you may know as the posh British drill rapper. There was an animation that went viral a little while back. It's only a minute and a half, so please just bear with me with this. I'm so sorry, everybody. I apologise to everybody who actually does drill. This is just going to be a mess. Oh dear. Why are you doing this to me? Do I need to say the tax evasion thing? I don't really want to say it. Riding round in a rover. If I see ops and it's over, I'll send man straight to Jehovah when I take shots like M. Sharapova. Doing up tennis. Cool man Dennis, I'm a menace. Doing up olives in Venice. Big man ting, I'm bigger than Venice. Stop it. Otherwise Unknown P might bash man's head straight down like a boppet. So make like a Freddo and hop it. Your girl is 4'4" and got bare hair on her toes like a hobbit. If I see her in the club, then I'm doing up AJ the way that I weave and bob it.
And I'm not from Homerton, not from Hackney, so I never go east, because bear man try to spot me like acne. I'm from Surrey, where me and the man dem always go hunting, and the gal dem are thick, like Theresa May on a real big bum ting. 1900 on a new rusty, had a gap year in Kenya, came back with the feet so dusty, still waking up to geese in the country, and I never have porridge at Nan's, because it's oh so lumpy. And if ops want to throw some hands, then I just draw for the pumpy. Look at me, I'm unknown T, I've got braids and a deep voice, when I bend my back and then dig it. I really hurt my knee joints, got a song called Throwback, but my girl got no back. And if you want to talk unknowns, then you better talk P, just know that.
I hate this so much. Why have you done this to me? No, there's new people in the stream. I did my best, and my best was not good enough. I do not know what organs taste like. I do not eat squishy organs in general, normally, but British cuisine do be kind of wild. So maybe I have had... No, yeah, I have had squishy... Yeah, no, I've had squishy organs at some point, actually. Because I swear, I am going to talk about the NHS. You cannot stop me. You are trying to stop me from talking about the NHS by disrailing me with organs and Liverpool FC and London slander, and it's not happening. We are talking about the NHS. Okay, class, control yourself. Get under control. Please, no, don't answer it. Don't answer it. I don't know. I don't want to know what a clussy is. Don't. Please, I'm a boomer and I do not need to know strange things. Yeah, okay, no. Okay. I was listening to... I still listen to Trash Taste. I know. Shameful. But I was listening to the one with Premier 2 on it the other day, and he was like... he was like, I thought that down bad meant like that you're having a bad time. Like you're losing. And then he was like, you know, when you get older, you can't keep up with all of this internet slang. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of get that. Because I kind of thought that was what it meant too. And I found out it wasn't. And I was like, oh my God. You were a young teacher 20 minutes ago and now you're a boomer. Why can't I be both? Don't ruin my pure innocent psychology brain. I think about statistics and the corpus callosum and nothing else. How to be famous for dummies? Yeah, you just manipulate it into working. Easy. But yeah, so this functional magnetic oh my gosh, I can say words. Functional magnetic resonance imaging. Yes, fMRI. It's measuring how your blood flow in your brain. So we're seeing how different bits of the brain are taking blood flow and whether there's more volume in certain areas. Because if there's more blood, then that means there's more activity, because when there's more activity, the cells are working harder, so they need more oxygen and glucose and stuff like that. So a little bit of biology there for you. See, I roughly know what I'm doing. With this study, they were looking at how the way that people analyse their fMRI data can affect the findings that they get. And to do that, they put a fish in an MRI scanner. Now, the fish was dead. It was dead. There should have been absolutely nothing happening in this MRI results. It should just be like the same across the whole thing, because there is no movement of blood. There is no activity. It's dead. Let's find salmon. Yes. Oh. Is this the wrong paper? Oh my gosh, there was another Bennett and colleagues paper in 2009 where they talked about the dead fish. What they did was they put the fish, a dead Atlantic salmon, very specific, and they put it into the fMRI, they scanned it, it shouldn't have anything, it should just be all zeros, right? Because there should be no anything, it's dead. And yet, when they did the right kind of statistical analysis, there was stuff. They found stuff. They found that it was able to do things, it was able to think. And the whole point of this demonstration is to show that if you're not very careful about your statistical analysis, then you can find some wacky things. How is it that I'm like well educated and also have 3 brain cells? Like I don't understand it. They said that if you do a PhD, you're meant to be smart, and I have clearly disproven this thesis. Oh, this is going to be really loud, isn't it? Why am I floating? Where's my body? What happened to me? It hurts! No! Doing a Psydere stream without technical difficulties. Challenge level impossible. If anybody ever wanted to collab with me, I would be that person who, like, half an hour into the collab, I'm like, I haven't installed the game yet. I can't work out how to do it. This makes me feel like such a boomer, and this is a game that came out when I was like 8. Like, okay, no, I wasn't 8 to be fair. I was older than that. I was significantly older than that. But still, the point stands. I can't do things. This is what I meant. This is what I meant. I know so much about very specific things, but I can't even boot up a game. Gonk. Where is the gonk? Is it here? My volume's down really low because... There he is! The gonk! He's gonking. I hereby ban everybody in chat from ever skipping a class, especially to watch a Psydere stream. This is not okay. This is not acceptable. Okay, look at it this way, right? If you were skipping my class... Actually, to be fair, if you were skipping my class, I wouldn't care.